Monster is an anime released in 2004, and it is a psychological detective thriller mystery. It is set in 1986 Germany and it continues through 19th. Monster is seinen, which means it is meant for males between 20 and 30 years old. The story is focused on a young Japanese doctor named Kenzo Tenma, who is working in Germany in 1986. His life gets turned upside down after he did a surgery he wasn't supposed to on a young kid named Johann. Years after that, Johann returns as a young man, and he turns out to be a psychopath and a serial killer, and all the killings he did are put on Tenma's back. Since that, Tenma becomes a fugitive, searching for the truth in the hope of clearing his name. Throughout the story, Tenma meets a lot of important people. Like Nina Fortner, Johann's twin sister who grew up in a foster family, and has a goal of stopping Johann's wrongdoings one day. She is a kind girl with great looks that often make people instantly like her and help her in any way possible. She will become a great asset to Tenma since their goals are the same. Next is a private investigator named Lunge. From the first bad thing Johann did as a kid, he had his eyes on Tenma, refusing to believe that a little kid could do something so horrible. Throughout the story, his main goal is to catch Dr. Tenma and prove that he is the real culprit and arrest him. Dieter, a little kid he found on the street and found out that his foster parent is abusing him, so he took him with him on a journey to travel to Germany to find Johann. Eva Heinemann, Tenma's ex-fiancée, who is searching for him not knowing if she wants to kill him or win him over again. Mr. Grimmer, he is a mysterious man who helps Tenma cross the border knowing that Tenma is falsely accused, while he is trying to reach his own goals, which some of them get along with Tenma's goals. And Dr. Reichwein, who is overall a great help to Tenma. One of his patients gets killed by Johann, so his goal is to find Johann as well as clear Tenma's name. Story of Monster is a lot focused on the dark psychology and manipulation. The writing in Monster is absolutely fantastic. It is both medical and geographically accurate, and the dialogue between the characters is top-notch. There are almost no filler episodes, and each chapter is meticulously laid out to aid the viewer in solving the mystery of the monster for themselves. Social issues and corruption are prominent throughout the series as well, buffing the realism factor exponentially. There are gangs, exposed destitute orphanages, and red light districts in post-segregated Germany which showcase the disparities that still exist even today. All the side stories are interwoven into one infernal beast of a storyline. No characters are disposed of for the sake of fan service. No dialogues are squandered, and most of all, the feeling you get at the end of the series is pure satisfaction. Monster is criticized for its inconsistent pacing, which I confirm with to some extent. However, I find works like these with a dry episodic tone more appealing. Any other criticism is often subjective, undiscussable, baseless, or downright idiotic. The overall message of Monster is an inexplicable one, which can be defined in many ways. Monster diminishes the importance of a name by showing its insignificance and how easily can identity be manipulated. It ends with showing Johann in a hospital bed, but in the next frame the bed is empty, signifying that the monster with no name ceases to exist. The monster continues to retain its ambiguity till the final sequence, where the ending manages to be portrayed in such an inoffensive way, resembling the aforementioned rhetorical triangle. For what it is, I love the animation style from the early to mid 2000s. Monster especially made realistic looking characters and did a great job of illustrating Germany and the Czech Republic land. None of the characters seemed dull, and even maintained a highly detailed level of animation throughout long dialogue sequences. The transformation of Tenma over the series is also very evident in the character model, going from young and clean cut to tattered and worn. The soundtrack was suspenseful at the necessary times, and I never found to be overly or tacky. The opening didn't change over the course of the show, which was great. Sometimes I feel that anime openings have become less and less to do with the anime itself and more about showcasing the artists that make them. The ending song was the creepiest I've ever seen and fit so well with the ominous vibe the series were trying to convey. After all that said, I think that the show is truly a masterpiece in its own field. It makes us realize that we all have a monster inside us and that everyone does. You definitely won't regret watching the show and I highly recommend you watch it. It has a grade of 9 out of 10 for me, and that would be all for this video. I would like you to like, subscribe and tell me in the comments if you would like to see more anime reviews, and see you all in the next video.